What's up guys, it's Rayskat here, and today is finally the day for episode 2 of taking your play to the next level. I know it's been a while coming, but here it is. Let's start off by far the easiest way to win your lane, as long as two conditions are met. Number 1, one of the enemy laners is going to be alone for a few seconds, and number 2, you are healthy enough to survive a few seconds of brawling. The idea is very simple. When backing, if you know that one of the enemy laners will be alone, you hide inside a bottom lane bush and wait for your ADC to come back into lane. In the current clip, we blew up Karma earlier and pushed the lane in and Jhin backed. Lucian is still really healthy, so he will farm the wave, and because we're nowhere to be seen and this was the perfect time to back, it's likely that he'll think both of us backed. It's also likely that Karma is roaming, as he thinks that Lucian is safe to farm and back after the next wave. This is something that can't really be taught or given good examples of, but there are a few ways to increase your chances in some situations. Two ways, specifically. The first one is what I call the principle of max range. A lot of the time, when people get in the maximum range of their spells to get a kill, they go for it. Knowing the max range of the abilities takes time to learn, and stopping those dashes takes a lot of practice, and even when you know all this, getting the timing just right is very difficult, and sometimes you even need a bit of luck. The second way is a bit easier, though not as reliable. It's what I call the CC release, and it's very simple to understand. What do you think Kha'Zix is doing right now? As soon as the CC wears off, he will use his dash. This is less reliable because some people react to situations differently, but most of the times, especially in low elo, you can rely on them spamming that dash key. This is something very simple, yet extremely effective, and I feel like most people just don't use it well enough. I didn't realize the importance of stealth until recently. One of the things Thresh does better than most supports is picking people off. Why would you make it harder by standing around in plain sight, where pretty much anybody has a chance to dodge your hook? If you spectate my games or watch my stream, you see that I always try to make the enemy guess where I am, either by slipping into bot lane bushes without minions seeing me, hiding in the bush near a red side bot tower when the wave pushes into me, always keeping out of sight when roaming or sieging, stuff like that. Try to be creative with your pathing and try to make the enemy guess where you are at all times. Most of you guys probably already know about the Minion flay, in which you flay to move the minions to hook a champion behind them. I was supposed to mention this in the last video already, but I kinda forgot about it. What most people don't seem to realize though, is that the same principle applies to champions. If there's a non-priority champion blocking your hook to a damage dealer and you're in melee range of them, you can flay the champion to hit the damage dealer behind them. This catches people off guard almost every time. Next up is target switch. Also a very simple way to just get a little bit more. If you think the target you're currently focusing has no chance to live, don't use more abilities on them and switch over to another target. Saving your hook is pretty much essential for this to work. This clip is pretty much the perfect example. Lee comes in and applies the red buff. I flash flay Zyra, but I never intend to hook her, because I know she has nowhere to go, even if she flashes. Instead, I go for a hook on Ashe to get another free kill. The last thing I want to talk about is the importance of patience. Goes for everything in League, not just Thresh. But it's very important on Thresh, because you're so reliant on hitting your skill shots. Just wait for the perfect opportunity. If you think you can get into flay range safely, just walk up before hooking. Your hook is easy to dodge, but if you get the flay slow on them, it gets a lot harder. And it's not just that, just wait. See what happens. Especially in teamfights, it's so easy to throw a let's hope hook in the middle of the fight, or force something when the challenger is nearby. Just think before you act. I know it's hard in the heat of the moment, but trust me, it really works. And that is that for this video. I know it's very late, but hey, it's finally here. I also wanted to thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers, but I think I will make a separate video about that. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time.